Good morning. It's time for another one of those day in the life type videos. And this video today is sponsored by my friends over at Brooklinen. So ever since I quit my day job to become a full-time farmer, people have been wondering, like, what's my actual day-to-day life like? Am I taking full advantage of all of that extra time and making myself as productive as possible? And the answer is, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm having a lot of fun while doing it. And that to me means a whole heck of a lot. Morning, little barn cat. How's it going, sweetie? And then after my workout, it's time to start my chores. So since it was so cold last night, and if you wonder how cold it was -12 is the low. Right now it's -11. So since it was so cold last night, I actually tried to bring the barn cats inside. I was able to coax Ginny and Pablo barn cat inside, and they're now in the basement. Molly barn cat is an independent woman, and she wasn't having any of it, and so she's actually still outside. She has a heated cat house, so I'm not too worried about her, but I like to give the barn cats that option of coming in on sub-zero nights. All right, well, we gotta let your neighbors come out. Whenever I bring the barn cats inside and then let them out in the morning, I'm always curious to see Lil Barn Cat's reaction. You know, Lil Barn Cat actually grew up with Pablo Barn Cat, so they were pretty familiar with each other. But I think these days, Lil is pretty territorial of the house and she sees this as her space, and Pablo and Ginny are just intruders on her situation. Ginny, get down from there. Get down. Hey, come on, you. Pablo, don't get too comfortable there, buddy. So I guess I would say that it's pretty important that I get these two outside and get my day going. We've got a little special surprise for our friend Ginny Barn Cat here today. She gets to wear the Ginny cam. Hang on a sec, Gin. Come on, Barn Cats, let's head outside. It's a cold one today, isn't it? Hey, Molly. I can tell you were sleeping in the heated cat house this morning. Well, good for you. Come on, stubborn one. Out you go. All the barn cats go outside. Most definitely a frosty one this morning. All right, let's get these chores going. We're gonna make this quick today. I got to admit, on days like today, I am not happy to be outside.
Good morning, Mr. Toby Dog. Look at that happiest dog in the world. He's doing his happy dance.
How's it going? How's the happiest dog in the world? Oh, so good to see you. Did you have a good night? Good boy. Yes, you are.
Well, I got some good surprises for you today. I love watching that dog bounce around. Makes me so happy to see him so happy.
Now let's get the ducks out.
I can almost guarantee you guys it's gonna take a while to get the ducks outside today. I find on days that are this cold, I gotta start them up, give them a chance to warm up just like a car. Release the Quackers! Yeah, I don't know, Toby. It does not look like they want to come outside at all. I'll just leave that door open and give them a chance to come outside. Probably pour their water first. I mean, but can you really blame them for not wanting to come outside? It's so dang gone cold. I mean, if I look at the temps for this week, we aren't seeing above freezing for at least a week or two. And that's where life on the farm ends up becoming less about like having adventures and doing projects and more just hunkering down and doing the best you can to take care of your animals as well as yourself. And it's really not that I mind that at all. I actually kind of enjoy the rest and enjoy the break from like the routine and rhythms of like the summer months. But definitely today is not the day to do a project working outside. How's my little camera cat doing? Oh, I think everybody's gonna love watching this, Ginny. Now, usually at this point in the day, what I end up doing is trying to do a little housework and a little like choring. Ever since I stopped working, I'm trying to pitch out a little bit more with the housework. You know, I was always the one to do most of the cooking and she did most of the cleaning, but now I'm trying to help out just a little bit more with the housework, even though I'm not very good at it. But today is Clean Sheets Day, and my friends over at Brook Linen, who are sponsoring this video, just sent me a package. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it should be our brand new bedroom sheets. We're super excited about them. Ooh, look at that. This is the Luxe edition that they sent us. You know, bedroom sheets are surprisingly expensive, but what I've found with Brook Linen is they have high quality stuff at affordable prices. Ooh, that feels good. Nice. You know, the way I see it, you spend like a third of your life in bed. Shouldn't your sheets be comfortable? You know, Brook Linen actually believes that high quality shouldn't be marked up by a middleman. And so that's why they started making these luxurious high quality sheets. So instead of spending like $500 on a pack of high quality sheets at the store, for about $200–250, you can get one of these high quality Brook Linen sheet sets. And you know, if you go online and like look at the reviews,
there are like thousands of 5-star ones just about Brook Linen. So
that's kind of what gave me the confidence to get these. And you know, feeling this and just feeling how nice it is, I can't wait to hit the sheets tonight. You can buy these bundles that they have, which are also pretty cool, which is what we ended up getting. You know, the bundle comes with like pillowcases and the sheets and the whole 9 yards. Pretty great. Oh yeah, there we go. You know, right now, Brook Linen is offering Goldshot Farm viewers a special deal where you get $20 off any order over $100. So all you gotta do is click the link down below and use the offer code Goldshot Farm. And going on the Brook Linen website is super easy. You can just kind of go in there, look around, find the set that you want. We ended up getting the Luxe, and we also ended up getting some flannel sets because that flannel is really, really nice in the cold winter. And just a couple of days later, it all showed up right at our doorstep. You can mix and match sets. They give you a lot of flexibility and a whole bunch of options. I'm not exactly a pro at making the bed, but I think my wife is gonna be pretty darn happy that I helped her out here today. Now, I bet you guys are probably wondering, how do I feel after sleeping on the Brook Linen sheets? Well, since I just got them, it's kind of tough to tell you right now. But if I were to time travel... Okay, yesterday, Morgan, after spending the night in a bed made with sheets from my friends over at Brook Linen, I gotta say, 10 out of 10 would recommend. In fact, I'm so well rested right now, I'm gonna go make our bed. So there you have it. Take it from future Morgan. It's a great night's sleep. So you guys see this painting right here? My mom actually painted it. I wonder if you recognize the barn. Good morning, weird chickens. They really don't seem like they want to come out today. I'll give them time. Most of the animals just need time for the low winter sun to come up in the sky a little bit higher. And once the sun comes out, you'll usually see them stir and get out there. But yeah, chickens hate the cold, especially the silky chickens.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning, huh? It's frosty, but Definitely seems warmer in here than it is other places.
How are all the birds doing? Everybody looks like they're doing okay. Good to see.
How are my geese? Looks like we already got a couple of eggs. Better have those before they freeze.
So a quick follow-on comment to a video I made the other week about how cold it can be on the farm.
You know, the other day I measured the temperature
with the thermometer overnight, where I set it up and sort of watched to see what sort of temps I was getting inside of here. And even though I think it was like -11 outside, it was about 30 degrees down by the ground. One thing that I've actually noticed is the air temperature is colder than that. Like, I think there's only about a 15-degree difference between outside and inside. So yeah, we're still probably just a little bit above zero right now.
Which is why you're seeing maybe like a little bit of frost forming on some of the cold chickens there.
But I think the ground is actually much warmer because the material that we have on the ground, so the combination of poop and straw and wood chips, all that stuff is composting, and that compost is generating some heat as well. And so it's actually probably warmer down on the ground, which is kind of cool. You know, a couple of years back, I actually did an experiment where I borrowed a heat sensor gun from a friend of mine and looked at the old duck house to see if the ground was composting, and that wasn't the case.
But because I now have the chickens, and they're pecking and scratching and oxygenizing, adding oxygen to the compost down below.
I actually wonder if that's doing a better job of keeping everything sort of turning and composting, which is why we're generating more heat now. For those who've actually been wondering about the design of this and ventilation, actually, as you can see, this door doesn't close all the way, and that's by design. There's actually also seams up along the top, and there's actually seams and vent holes on that side as well. With birds, you gotta be careful. You don't wanna make it perfectly airtight. You know, that's where they can have too much moisture in here, and like the ammonia from their poop can actually gas them. You want to be able to have it ventilated. And so what I've found is it traps enough heat, but it's not like a perfect warm thing, which is why it's still a little frosty in here. But I think it's definitely warmer than it is in the duck house right now.
Speaking of ducks, or I guess I should say goose, look at Ron Swanson. How's it going there, Ron? You doing good?
I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want.
Okay, so anybody's wondering for a checkup on some of our other birds too, you can see Bruce the goose in the foreground, and then Lenny the goose is right there, next to the gray one. Another egg in here. You know, I gotta figure out how to keep them from pooping on here. You know, generally I'm liking these nesting boxes, but
I still have a couple of flaws. This egg froze, so you can definitely tell it's below freezing in here tonight. This will become a Toby treat.
Come on, Mr. Toby Dog. Let's go. Back to work. Come on, buddy. You're gonna get fed next. Come on. Speaking of getting fed, Pablo has to get fed as well.
It is a frosty one this morning. Wow, you can actually really feel it too when you come outside versus stay inside. Would you look at that?
Watch out where the Toby goes and don't you eat that yellow snow.
Watch out where the huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow.
For you, buddy. For the ducks. And a little stock. Yeah, Toby loves this freeze-dried raw stuff. Make sure Toby gets proper moisture. I actually find that giving him extra stock is a good thing. You know, I leave water out for him obviously every couple of hours, but it's a little hard to keep it unfrozen. So I don't think he gets to drink as much as he would like. He does eat a lot of snow though, so there is that.
There you go, buddy. Enjoy. Don't let Mr. Pablo scarf it. Pablo knows he's actually not allowed to eat this stuff. He gives him a little growl. Oh, look, he's coming out. Good to see you this morning, Duckery Dudes. How are you doing? Y'all decided to make an appearance?
Yeah, it's funny. When we have a couple days in a row that are really, really cold, the ducks are fine with it. But when it goes from being warm to then cold, they struggle. And so the other day it was like, I don't know, it was almost above, it was like 35, I think, at the warmest point in the day. Now that the temps really dropped down overnight, they're struggling a little bit, but they'll adapt and they'll adjust. They'll be okay.
Look at that water. I don't know if you can see that in the light here. It's already starting to freeze up a little bit. Getting a very, very thin skin. You can break it up already. Look at that. It's a thin sheet of ice.
The ducks will probably make their way over here in about, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then they'll take a swim and they'll break that up and warm up the water a little bit. But I'll probably have to come out here in a couple hours and give them a refill of water. All right, next step on the chore train. Woo-hoo!
Let's see how our cattle are doing this morning. Well, it seems like their water in the stock tank heater is working pretty well. Kind of cool though, you can see the ice crystals forming on the top. And then the water,
I don't know, it feels probably like it's about 35 degrees, so it's just above freezing, but warm enough to keep it from freezing up on them.
All right, Jim, let's go see our cows. Hey, Audrey, how's it going, girl? How are you doing? Do you like a biscuit? Look at Audrey's face, she's got frost on her. See Kurt, he's got frost on his whiskers. Ariel, the little mermaid, is frosty. Annabelle is frosty. It's gonna be a cold one today. But you guys have plenty of hay, so I'm not too worried about that. Everything looks good. I might come out here and scoop some poop in a little bit.
Or I might not and wait and hope that tomorrow's a little bit warmer. And let's give them a couple more biscuits.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Ginny has become absolutely fully comfortable with the cattle, and the cattle are now comfortable with Ginny.
I don't know if you remember it, but back, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Oh, look, Ginny's actually riding. Did you see that?
That was amazing. Ginny went bronco busting.
Or bull riding, I guess, technically, even though none of them are bulls.
That's honestly the first time I've ever seen that happen, where she's actually riding the cattle.
They've gotten unspooked from her, and she hangs out around their hay a lot, and she likes to be there, I think, looking for rodents. But I've never ever seen her ride one of these beasts. It's incredible. Come on, my little cowgirl. Let's go. Come on. That was something else. They were using their tail to swat at her. Like, Ariel definitely didn't want that to happen. Come on, girl. You can ride me. How about that?
Probably my fault that I've gotten her trained up so much to be able to sit on top of me, but yeah. All right, Ginny, here, we're gonna take off your collar. Good job, Ginny. I've never seen a video of a cat riding a cow before. That's probably TikTok worthy. So little Ginny here just went riding on one of the cattle. I can't believe it. Now what'll happen is I'll go inside, do a quick edit on that video and post it up on TikTok the same morning. I'll also probably post it on Instagram. You know, part of what I'm finding my day is becoming is just working around the farm and doing stuff and looking for little events and stories that happen. And then that's what I turn into the videos that I share with you guys. It's definitely not the traditional model of farming, but I'm absolutely loving doing it and focusing all my energy on those types of projects. Probably not all my energy, but it ends up taking up a lot of my energy and creative mind space.
Time to feed the barn cats. Ginny, you did so good, you get extra food today. There you go, girls. The cats actually have a heated water dish. I'm not even sure I like it. It definitely works, but it only works because I got electricity right there. I could have one out in the duck area, but I don't know. It's so tiny, I don't think the ducks would bother using it all that much. I prefer to give them the bigger ones and just give them more frequent watering. Alright, these 2 eggs will probably be a part of my lunch this morning. Hey, little barn cat. Why are you yelling at me? Are you hungry? Wondering about where those other cats went? Here's your breakfast. Let's throw another fresh log in the fire here.
Gotta keep myself toasty this morning. So now I'm in the process of actually copying the footage that I just shot outside and bringing it on my computer. Once I usually get done with the house chores for the day, I end up focusing in on doing some work. That means editing videos, as well as doing things like making phone calls. It's also a good time to have my breakfast. Hey Ben, it's Morgan Gold calling.
Oh, Ginny's actually riding. Did you see that?
She did such a good job with that. And now let's see what it looks like from Ginny Cam perspective. You guys already saw that, but I'm gonna keep working here. I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, look, Ginny's actually riding. Did you see that?
Making some chicken stock.
I brought a snack out for Toby. It's little beef trimmings from dinners last night. Looks like Pablo's getting into it. I'll let him have some. He deserves good things.
Hey, Toby dog, I got a surprise for you. Yeah, you see what I got for you? Here comes your first piece. Enjoy. Whenever Toby gets a really good treat, he likes to go off by himself and eat it. Hey, Bernie girl. What are you doing out here? Kind of chilly for a cold little chicken like yourself. And we got our young rooster. He's up here hanging out next to Al Pacino. What are you doing up there, buddy? How'd you even get up there? Huh? I bet it's probably nice and warm up there, so. Especially with the sun out like it is. I don't blame you for wanting to be on that nice metal roof. Okay, Toby, you want that second bite of sack? Sit. Oh boy, I absolutely love that dog. I bet you the ducks are gonna appreciate this fresh water. Speaking of the ducks though, where are they? The ducks are gonna really hate to have to give up this shed when the puppy comes. Come on, out you go. I hope they go out and see the water before it freezes up again. We'll go bring the chickens and geese some fresh water too. We also gotta collect eggs. Hey birdies, how's it going? Now, most of the chickens I've gotten with the program. I do have this one chicken that keeps laying eggs pretty much anywhere she wants. And it's usually over there by the water, which is like the worst place to lay them. They also will sometimes lay underneath the nesting box. We got some laying activity in here going on. Some more eggs here. So all in all, 5 eggs for the midday collection. That's pretty good. Stay warm, you guys. How you doing there, Mr. Toby? You want some water? Here, I'll get you some water too. How about that? Here you go, buddy boy. Fresh bucket of water. Just for you. You can't have these eggs. I'm sorry. You got to have steak, no eggs. All right, let's get inside, and I think I'm gonna eat a couple of these eggs. Yeah, this is pretty much my favorite meal. It's like my go-to easy meal. Doesn't take much work. It's relatively healthy. Tastes good. A lot of the ingredients are from the farm. Well, really only the eggs are from the farm. The sprouts are from a farm like down the road though, so it's not too far.
Set of headaches, but the pros far outweigh the cons.
Yeah, no, I am definitely enjoying self-employment so far. So the other day, the shearing pin on the snowblower snapped, and so I just got around to fixing it. The only problem is, when it broke, there was snow in the snowblower, and I was kind of a dummy and I didn't clear it out, and so now it's like frozen solid. I mean, oof, you could break your arm on that. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is actually bring the tractor out into the sunshine tomorrow, and hopefully that'll melt down the snow. Because if I try to start the tractor right now, all I'll do is just snap another shearing pin or bolt or whatever you call it, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. All right, it's probably about time to do the evening lockup chores for everybody. I will say it's starting to get later and later. I mean, it's about 5 o'clock right now. Just 4 weeks ago, I was probably having to do this stuff at 4 o'clock, so I'll take that as a win for sure. Definitely spring is coming. I just heard a meow. Hey cowgirl, what you up to? I gotta say, that video cracked me up this morning. You know, Ariel, there's an easier way to get the hay on that side. Glad you get your head out of there. Don't want you to get stuck. That would be a bad thing. I love looking at these cows. I think Ginny likes looking at these cows too. You gonna try to attempt what you did earlier today, huh? Why don't you wait until tomorrow, sweetie, huh? Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to make you wait. I had to go get your dog food. The ice is building up around that door too. I'm gonna have to snow blow. Get everybody locked up. My Silky here, he's still on the roof. Come on, we gotta get you to bed. Let's go. I'm actually gonna use the camera, which is on this like little monopod. Use that as the way to prod him. Come on, buddy, get down. If you don't want to walk, I'll scoop you up. And I'll take you with me. Come on. Hey, Ginny, get out of the dog food. Hey, Gin, get. Come on, down you go. Penny, what are you doing out?
Gotta go in your chicken coop. Come on. Silkies are getting weird in the cold temps. Somebody even laid an egg out here. It's frozen solid. This will be Toby food. Come on, Penny, in you go. Whoop. Good night, everybody. Huh, yeah, see, this one's cracked. See if I can stomp it and crack it for Toby. No, I can't even crack it. If you want to play with it, you can. And you, little Miss Mischief Maker, get out of there. All right, let's feed Toby. He actually probably won't eat it because, I don't know, for whatever reason, Toby learned long ago not to eat uncracked eggs. So he's just gonna carry it around until I crack it for him. Dinner time, buddy. Enjoy. All the ducks are in bed. Good night, duckaroo-doos. I filled this water trough 3 times today. It's still full. I'll empty it now so it doesn't freeze solid. And we got all this wood ash I'm gonna use for the chickens so they can give themselves dust baths. How's everybody doing in here? Oh, your water hasn't frozen. Good job. Most of the chickens have gone to bed for the night. Let's get Toby some water. I won't leave water in a bucket like this overnight tonight because it's gonna be such a hard freeze. I think it's supposed to get down to about -16, so this would freeze solid and I'd probably end up breaking the bucket. Come on, Ginger Kaboom, let's go. We'll get you fed. Good night, Kios. Stay warm. Go into the barn if you get cold. You know, you do have a barn. Don't forget that. All right, let's feed our barn guys. I'll bring you guys in a couple of hours. I won't rush to get them inside just because they get a little stir crazy down in the basement, all 3 of them. But I'll wait until it gets darker and colder and then I'll bring them all in. Not yet, Mr. Pablo. Give it a couple of hours, buddy. He knows he's going in tonight. He can feel it in his old cat bones. Good job, Lil. You figured out how to get out of the basement. So one of the tricks that Lil has learned over the years is we have these like old-fashioned latches on a lot of our doors. When one of those doors is latched shut, she figured out how to like press this button and lift up the lever. And so she can't be contained. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. I wanted to make an extra special meal for Allison tonight, and so I've decided to try to make her meat pies. Allison and I always watch the Great British Baking Show and how they make these fancy British meat pies, and she always wants to try them, but number 1, she's gluten-free. Number 2, you know, she only eats meat that she knows the source of, and so it's hard to go to like a bakery to get her a meat pie. So tonight I'm prepping my own meat pie. It's a combination of sausage and pepper and onion. I'm using this gluten-free pastry dough that I bought at the store. I've never used it before, so I hope this goes well. And I also hope that my pastry doesn't blow up. We really could have a Great British Baking Show disaster on our hands here in Peacham. All right, the pie's been in there for about 20 minutes. It looks like it's about ready to come out. It's a little juicier than I hoped. I guess that's probably the grease from the sausage. It kind of ran out. Overall, it looks pretty good. Texture feels pretty much like a pie. Hold up for consumption. Some green stuff to make this meal a bit healthier. Okay, Lil, hang on, I'll feed you. And now let's see how Allison likes it. What's your review? All Hollywood me. What do you think? Too hot?
This is nice, thank you.
Not the hit I was hoping for. I'll have to keep working on my recipe.
Yeah.
Pablo? Getting ready to go to bed, so I figured it'd be a good time to just do a quick check on the farm before I close it up for the night. I spooked the cattle. You guys see them running out? It's okay, guys. Just me. Hey, Mr. Toby Dog. It's only me. How are you? How are you? Everything looks sound. Hey, bud. You like a treat? Here you go. Enjoy. Have enough. Good boy. Good boy. All right, this is the last one I got for you. Good boy. Yeah, it's been a good day here on the farm. Even though I didn't spend a ton of time outside, I feel like I got a lot done, particularly with the book project. And I think that's okay, because this is the time of year when that type of thing is the right thing to be working on. You know, I gotta say, spending my full time either working on the farm or working on creative projects really suits me pretty darn well. And I'm even finding that because I don't have that pesky day job anymore, I'm able to spend time with friends or Allison, and I gotta admit, I quite like that. I'm getting to spend lots of time with you, Mr. Toby Dog, that's for sure. All right, Toby Dog, I want you to stay warm, okay, buddy? Have a good night. Hey, Jen, come on. Come on, Pablo. You can scare up Molly again tonight. Molly's in the cat house. I don't think she wants to come out. Definitely know that Ginny and Pablo want to. Come on, Pops. Good night, everybody. Have a great night.